Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the 2-Bit Podcast. Here I am, your host, 2-Bit, and let's get this started. Today I want to talk about all this new hardware that's coming out. We, of course, at E3, Xbox had announced the Xbox One S, and of course the Scorpio, and the S has come out, and then Sony, shortly after that at their little conference, they've now announced, of course, the PlayStation 4 Slim and the PS4 Pro. And as we know, Nintendo's coming out with the NX next year, and of course, Xbox has Scorpio next year. And to me, it feels like the market is getting flooded with new hardware. And for some of it, I understand, it makes sense to me. You had, the Xbox One S and the PS4 Slim. They've done this before. The 360 and the PS3 had different, iterations of their consoles. So that makes sense. That's been a tradition in console gaming dating back. You could even go back to like the original Nintendo, and they had the top loader, or Sega Genesis had like several different models. But I really feel Sony kind of started the tradition of you release your console, and about 3 to 4 years into that console's life cycle, you release a slimmed down version. Maybe it's a little bit, beefier. Maybe you upclock the CPU and GPU, and you maybe fix some issues you had, maybe heating issues or whatnot. Generally it's just like a slight little upgrade midway through the life cycle, and then 3 years later you come out with your new hardware, and that's kind of been the tradition. So as far as the PS4 Slim, the Xbox One S are concerned, that's normal. That's we were expecting something like that, and then of course we were expecting Nintendo NX to come out shortly too. So that was expected, but what's thrown me for a loop now is with Scorpio, and even with the PS4 Pro, all of this all coming out. It makes me wonder: is the market going to be flooded with hardware by the time we get to the end of next year? Because you got to think, when we get to the end of next year, not only is the Xbox One and the PS4 still on the market, they're probably going to try to, I think Sony and Microsoft are going to try to push those out and, kind of get them off shelves and just have the Slim and the Pro, and for Xbox to have the Scorpio and the S. But still, you got a whole year where you're going to have, Xbox is going to have 3 different models, out on store shelves. Sony is going to have 3 different models, and Nintendo NX is going to come out, and for us, the consumers, we actually kind of win because we're getting all this great new hardware. But my question is, are we all going to be overwhelmed, and could it have a negative effect? Because I didn't really see anyone asking for new hardware like this, really. From what I've seen, a lot of people are pretty satisfied with the current generation, and of course they were excited for the next generation. They were excited for PS5, they were excited for the next Xbox, and of course the NX. So we thought, or at least I thought, that we were getting this kind of hardware in a couple of years, and we were going to get maybe some slim updates for the PS4 and the Xbox One. And that doesn't seem to be the case, and I just kind of wonder, with all of this hardware hitting the market, are people going to get overwhelmed? Are some people going to be like, I'm not going out and buying, spending another $400, $400. I'm happy with my PS4. And that could hurt Sony. Same thing with Xbox. A lot of people might be sitting there going, I'm not going to go out and spend another $400, $500. I'm happy with my Xbox One. Could that happen? I mean, I doubt it. I'm excited for the Scorpio. I'm also excited for the NX. But, I mean, I'm not everyone. And I'm more of like what you would call the hardcore gamer. So I'm really into this stuff. But what about, the casuals? How do they feel about this? We got to see, what happens with them, because they could be the people who go, no, I got my PS4, I'm happy with it. I'm not buying this Pro. I'm not buying the Scorpio. I'm not buying any of that. I'm going to enjoy this, and, I'm not going to buy anything for, a couple of years. I'm going to ride this one out. So let's see what happens. I'm a little worried because I think that's a bit much. I think that might be too much crap on the market, and someone's definitely going to get hurt out of this. I mean, there's so much out there, and of course, there will be a leader in this new horse race, you know, whether it be the Scorpio or the Pro or even the NX, someone's going to get left behind, and I would hate to see that. You know, I would hate to see one of the big three go away. But anyway, yeah, that's how I feel. I'm a little worried. It may have a negative effect on the industry. I'm not saying necessarily it would be a crash, but I mean, I think there's a possibility consumers will just reject this flood of hardware to the market. And then again, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. We're going to be at the end of next year celebrating these new pieces of hardware, and we're all going to be so happy. Oh, look what my NX can do. It can scratch my ass while I play Pokemon. And then your Scorpio is going to be, oh my goodness, I got radiation from its nuclear reactor. It's the most powerful console ever. And, you know, with the Pro, people will be like, oh man, PlayStation VR is so awesome. You know, so we could be, you know, sitting back, you know, next year and just, you know, it'll be a big success for everyone. Hopefully that is it. But there's the pessimist inside me says the casual consumers of video games are going to possibly reject this. Let me know in the comment section below, guys, what you think. Do you think all of this new hardware flooding the market is going to have a negative effect on the game industry, or do you think it'll have a positive? So let's have a conversation about this, guys. And as always, officer, stay safe and play on.
Well, here's the dope.
I hope it won't happen again.
Hey guys, what's up? It's 2-Bit Jesus here. Just wanted to say thanks once again for watching this video, and if you really enjoyed it, please give us that thumbs up. And if you want to keep up with everything we're doing here on the 2-Bit channel, hit the subscription button in the corner below. And as always, if you want to watch more 2-Bit review videos, click the video on the left. If you want to see some 2-Bit podcast videos where we discuss the latest gaming and geek culture topics, click the video on the right. Again guys, thanks for watching, have a wonderful day.